After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 310. It is June 5th, 2018, Tuesday as we are recording, and I am Arlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome you all to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you are new viewers, we're glad to have you with us once again. And if you're, well, no, that's not right. If you're new viewers, we were glad to have you with us, period. And if you're a return, I'm glad to have you back. And of course, we'd love to have you join us as often as you can. If you are in the shadows, we hope that you will consider joining the Ravelry group and subscribing on YouTube. Just push the little subscribe button on your right and ring the little bell so you can get notifications. Let me see, I'm trying to think. I'm a little discombobulated again today because I just am.
I don't feel like you were discombobulated last week, were you?
I was.
Okay.
I changed my intro a little bit and I'm a little off.
That'll mess things up.
Yeah. So, and I don't know what I changed. So anyway.
You almost didn't say your Rav name is what happened.
Well, no, that was not it either. I was just looking at saying, I'm saying something, the whole spiel is different. So anyway, okay, we're glad you have you with us, and we hope you will rejoin us again. We do have a new member, and her name is Bridget. She is Knit 3 Hearts, so welcome, Bridget. Bridget, we're glad to have you with us.
Welcome, Bridget.
And apparently one of her friends recommended her to us, so that's awesome. One of her online friends.
Recommended us to her?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I said.
No, you said her to us.
Okay. Do I get to do my tea last? Or
it all depends. Let's see.
I have a...
Hey, the rule was based on projects.
Yes, also, if we have the same number, I have
we have to see how many we have.
I have 6.
Let's see. And I could have more. We'll see.
I think you have 6.
I don't know.
I think I was counting them, but I don't know if you put anything there or not. Little Miss, you get everything your own way.
No, I'm just saying if you wanted a rule to make it more consistent,
equitable,
you can't. You can't change the rule because it's inconvenient for you.
It's not inconvenient. It's annoying.
I put the rule in to make it more fair. We agreed.
Just do your counting already.
You can't change.
Can't.
1, 2, 3, 4. Every time you do that, I'm going to take a finger off.
No, you're not. I could take a finger off. A pair of scissors somewhere.
If you do that, then I get to go first.
No. You just lose your fingers, that's all.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Yes.
I did teach her how to count.
Well, you messed me up.
Not that time,
5,
I didn't.
6, 7, 8.
I'd say you're going first.
9. I figure I might as well finish counting. There we go. 9. Yeah, there you go. I was pretty sure I had more, but I wanted to make sure.
I
don't have enough tea for this.
Neither do I.
My shirt notes
so what's in your mug?
Fall. Hang on, my shirt notes took a fall.
I think you just threw them because you were spoiled.
Stay. Actually, I think I'm sitting on my tea. No, I'm not.
No.
Because I had thrown in my back pocket.
Oh, how'd you?
Yeah. So, in my dysautonomia awareness mug, sorry, I want to give it a good stir, is my Plum Deluxe tea. and it's English berries and cream herbal tea.
That sounds good.
It is good. Spend some time with friends and tea. And it has hibiscus, apple pieces, blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, cinnamon, cornflowers, vanilla/berry fairy.
Berry fairy?
Can I go back to bed?
No.
Berry flavor essences. Love and gratitude. No caffeine.
I think you need caffeine.
Wouldn't mind caffeine.
Why'd you decide not to? Just
I've tried to limit how much caffeine I do.
right. Usually on a podcast day that you would have it. Are you just not feeling up to it today?
I just didn't want to.
Whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, this is. There we go.
You have a napkin.
What?
Your shirt is not a napkin.
Actually, I was a little uncomfortable. That's why
Oh, okay.
I didn't actually wipe.
Well, you put your finger in the thing and then you went.
No, that wasn't.
You're gonna spill.
Really tired.
Or as she says when she was a little tired.
I still say that sometimes.
Sometimes you do, yeah. When you're tired.
Mostly because I like mispronouncing things in a way that's not really technically incorrect.
Well, yes. Berries, right?
Yeah.
Tastes like the Germany tea.
Everything tastes like
That's
the
so
Germany
good.
tea.
That is really good.
It is really good tea.
That is
That's one
awesome.
of the newer ones.
Okay, I do not have a chai tea today because, well, I just
She
don't.
wanted to be interesting.
I'm always interesting. I am having Plum Deluxe Peaches and Cream Oolong Tea. Slow down for something satisfying. All organic black tea, oolong tea, apple pieces, apricot pieces, calendula, peach vanilla essence. Love, gratitude, has caffeine. Okay. I haven't tasted this yet. I smelled it. It smells amazing.
It smells really good. Is this a newer tea?
This is my brand new one.
Yeah.
I just got this I had this last podcast was new.
Because I don't recognize the name. Now, granted, I haven't gotten his caffeinated teas in a while.
It's good. Want you try it?
Yeah.
It hasn't rewarmed up.
I can smell the peach
Peaches
over here.
Mhm. It's very good. It's very light. And I steeped it for the max.
I know. I helped you steep it. It's good.
You didn't help me steep it. I steeped it all myself.
I mean that I
All
had
by myself.
I had the timer set.
Did it
for
all by
your
myself.
steeping.
This is excellent.
I actually still like mine better.
And if
I think that one is one that I would have more with a meal or something.
I would have
or
this with a dessert or something, that I could have.
This
as
I
a
could have
dessert.
by myself.
Yeah, as it's
by itself.
And this is the first time I've had this. I probably could have put even a little bit more in here. Mm-hmm. Remember, you said I said maybe I should do 1.5, and you said you always do 1 for everything.
Yeah.
So I did just a little over 1.
I actually think it's a strong. It's not as light as a tea as you're saying. In my opinion, you don't taste the peach as much. You do taste strongly the black tea.
Yeah, I taste the peach.
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't have a great sense of smell, so if the peach is more subtle, I'm not going to taste it.
It's really good. Okay, so anyway, welcome everybody. That's our tea. Okay. And I will try not to be so discombobulated with the rest of the podcast here. All right, the coupon code for Lady Fernicle Creations, my shop, is still going on till the end of the month. It's PHNACW June 18 for 15% off, and I am updating the shop. I have done a very small update that I'll show you. The pictures aren't up yet, but I will show you the yarn when we get to that part of the show. So if you want something on sale, on discount, the coupon code is good to the end of the month. Okay, so that's June 30th. And the shop is on Etsy, Lady Fernicle Creations. Thank you for everybody who has purchased yarn. Appreciate it. Okay, in other groups, we have the Harry Potter Cal, which is the Victorian Studio podcast, which is Maureen, who is Victorian Studio. It's a year-long Cal, and so obviously it started January 1st. Well, not obviously. I guess it could have started now and gone to next year. But
Yeah.
it started January 1st and it ends December 31st. And it's anything Harry Potter related. The Family Movie Night Cal is...
I actually went and did one of those online, like, what's your house kind of thing.
I did that too.
Apparently I'm Pufflepuff.
So am I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So apparently we're badgers.
Is that what a Hufflepuff is?
Well, I was reading... Yeah, that's their mascot for the house, I guess.
Laura said it was the nicest house.
Yeah, well, apparently they're most... the site I went to was actually J.K. Rowling that put together
Right.
the quizzes and whatever. And when she put a description, it was like, yeah, they're the ones least likely to have bad bad people come out of it and all that. I'm like, okay, I can take that one.
Because I'm a total muggle.
And I think it's like yellow is one of the colors?
Yellow and golden
Gray
black or yellow and gray or something like that.
I'm like, okay, I like those colors.
I'm like, okay. But that's okay. I like Hufflepuff. What it stands for. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a total muggle.
Yeah,
But
too.
okay. So as I was saying, Harry Potter Cal is in Victorian Studio. It's year long, and that's a wonderful podcast. I don't know when she's going to be podcasting again. She hasn't done one in about 3 weeks, so hopefully we're due for one. Mm-hmm. We miss you, Maureen. Family night, family movie night Cal, and the Year of Socks Cal is in the Crocheting Whovian podcast. That's Laura, and the year-long socks is Socks, and the family movie night is similar to our Tea and Tales. The rules are in the group, okay? And she's a wonderful person to watch too. And I know that she wanted to podcast earlier in the week. Hopefully, she'll be podcasting soon when she feels up to it. The Shorty Socks Cal is going for the year. I checked in the group. That's Undead Heidi.
Oh, okay.
And Undead Yarn, who's Heidi.
I think she said she's doing yarn dyeing full time now. I think I saw that on Facebook.
Well, yeah, she's summer. It's summertime.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Wow, my brain completely did not make that connection.
It's her first week of summer.
Yeah, my brain didn't make that
Yeah,
connection.
so she's having the Shorty Socks Cal is the whole year, and she looks like she's still accepting socks that are just any size socks, with cuffs or short socks or whatever. Mm-hmm. But check her group for the rules, and she also has a very informative podcast when she's able to podcast. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure when she'll be able to. Maybe now that it's summertime, she'll be able to do more often because she does have a full-time job, and then she has yarn dyeing. So hopefully we'll be able to see some of her wonderful content soon. I think she was saying that it will be soon. Then we have the 18 Hats in 2018, which is B-Wing, who's Brittany from the Comforting Crafts group. That's not a podcast, but it's a wonderful group to be a part of. And the 18 Toys in 2018. 18 Toys in 2018, which is Vonnie, who is Bee's Knees. That's Bee's Knees group. Studio Von Design. And both of those are exactly what they say. Neither of them are podcast groups, but they're really a lot of fun to be in.
Apologize.
And then the last one, are you finished?
Maybe not. I don't know. Allergies are really bad.
All right?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. That's all right. Just let me know so I can stop talking.
Sorry.
2018 Tracking Stash, which is Des, Destiny, and Blue Yarn Always. That's Debbie and Sheila from the Never Cast Off podcast, and they're a lot of fun as well. The rules are in all those groups, so check them out and see maybe if there's something that you like to do. Okay, our current alongs, we have the Autism Awareness Cal, and this time I'm not going to have any special little tidbits, or I'm just going to be going through the podcast as we normally would without any special things. We can give you guys a break. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's Autism Awareness 2018, started in April, and it's going through the 30th of June. So we have this last bit of the month, so about 3.5 weeks left for the Autism Awareness. I can't believe how fast that's going. I love all the projects I'm seeing. I have been popping in as I can to see what you all are doing. It's really a lot of fun to see all the bright colors.
Are you sure it's only that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
All of April, all of May, all of June.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, anyway, I was saying, okay.
It feels like we just started.
It does. Thank you to everybody who is using my yarn for that. I appreciate it. It's awesome. And the rules are as normal, 1 WIP per project per week. The finished opted whenever it is completed. It can be knit, crocheted, or loom knit. Has to be about 75% bright color. Okay, and we thank the people who have asked us if things work or not. Mm-hmm. We do have a couple of charts up there that one of our members put up, and it's really helpful. It is not definitive, but if we can't give you an answer because we don't really know what it looks like, look at the chart and you'll be able to make your own decision. We trust your judgment. Please tag your projects PHNAA 2018 on Ravelry and hashtag PHNAA 2018 if you're posting on Instagram. We have 2 co-hosts. We have the lovely Laura, who is Crocheting Whovian, and we have Cappy, who's also lovely, from the Yarn and I podcast, and they are wonderful, and they have slightly different rules. Well, I think Laura's are the same as ours, except for the amount of color. She is a little more strict than we are. She wants like 90% bright colors.
I think the brighter the better. The
brighter the better.
She just loves the brights.
And Cappy also likes bright colors, but she's giving you guys a bit of a break. She's letting you have one. I don't know if it's a neutral project. You have to check her rules and see what it says.
Yeah, because her rules are slightly different.
They're slightly different. You have to be a member to the group of the group to which you're posting. That's kind of a no-brainer. But just in case you're new,
you might be new to the Ravelry community.
Right. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, prizes. Our chatter, whips, and FOs all go into the same thread as always. It's just easier for us that way. Okay. We have suggestions for autism awareness projects that are not, the be-all, end-all. They're just jumping off point.
What we mean by easier is that people tend to comment more if they only have to post in one place. People tend to forget. I know personally, if I have finished a project, I'm not going to remember to post in a comment area and in a prize area. I'm just going to post in the prize area. So
I'm a little too lazy to do both.
Yes.
It's not even laziness, it's busyness.
So to encourage camaraderie among our community, we figure...
And support, because we have good support.
Yeah, camaraderie and support. To encourage that, that's why we have comments and pictures all in the same area.
Right.
Because of our own tendencies to only post in one or the other.
Right. Okay, now we have had several prize donations, and this time I remembered to bring the prizes. Okay, but before I get into that, I want to say that we do have featured patterns, Franciscan and featured yarns. Franciscan Gypsy Designs patterns, Crocheting Whovian's patterns, the Nimble Baby Blanket, who is by Mom Cook, who is Renee, and that is a loom knit pattern. The Tatty Teddy and the Weighted Lapgan and Bear patterns. I thought I lost her name.
Miss World.
Miss World, thank you. There it is, right there. Miss World, her patterns are also featured. My yarn, Lady Fernicle Creations brightly colored yarn, including the autism awareness ones, of course, and any bright, the Yarn and I colors that are in FOs. Any FOs containing those things are eligible for 2 chances at a prize. And if you use my yarn or Cappy's yarn with one of the featured patterns and you finish the object and you post it, that's eligible for 3 chances of a prize, but you are responsible for multiple postings. And just say why. Show us the yarn label for if it's one of our yarns with the project. Tell us what the pattern is. Okay? Okay. Our prizes for the autism awareness. We have Looney Hiker, who is Pat, donated a copy of her shawl pattern, the Betsy Ann shawl, which is really pretty. You should take a look at it. Victorian Studio, who is Maureen, she donated a couple of sets of Progress Keepers / stitch markers. I'm sorry about the crinkling. Okay. And I was going to give them out one way, but I changed the way I'm going to give them out. We have the stitch markers, 6 of them, and we're giving 3 out to 2 of each, to 2 lucky winners. So there's, okay. And we're going to give them out 2 gold and then the other color. So there'll be 1 set of stitch markers will be 2 gold and a red. Okay. And the other set is 2 gold and a purple. I figure that way maybe if they want to do a spine or something, they do the ends. Or something. I don't know. Okay? So this is very nice. Thank you, Maureen.
But sometimes you only need 3 stitch markers in a project.
That's right. So these are from Maureen. Why do I have another red?
I don't think it was going to be, I think originally it was going to be 2, 2, and 2.
There are 6 here. I thought, wait a minute, let me see here. I'll figure it out.
No, there's not 6.
There's 6.
Oh, so 2 golds and purple, and then 2 reds and a gold.
That's what it is. Okay, that's
what it is.
Okay, that's what it is. You'll get some combination of 2 golds and something.
Yeah.
Or no,
No.
two of one color and one of a different
Yeah.
color. That's what you're gonna get. Because apparently, I've been up since 3 a.m., guys, so I'm tired. I thought I was awake, but I'm tired. Okay. Now, the next one, so we've got the shawl.
Caffeine.
And, yeah, I've got it. Victorian Studio. Okay, we have, I was right, and Talia was right, the, this is from Silver Shed USA. Lovely Ann Brody, who is very generous with us again. This project bag, I think it's a medium.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And the traveling bag. So this is 2 winners here. One gets one each. Okay? So
Very
that's
cool.
awesome. And this is the Autism Awareness fabric, and it's just amazing. She sent this to me. I'm like, Anne, what did you send me? I didn't buy anything. It's for your podcast. She's always very supportive.
Yes, she is.
Okay, so we appreciate that. Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie from the Never Cast Off podcast, has donated 2 copies of her stained glass cape pattern. We already gave away 2 of those as a giveaway.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of interest in it, so you have another chance to win it.
Yeah.
Okay? And then Spinning Laura, who is Laura Smoot, gave us... I'm sorry, I have to keep ducking down here.
Careful not to knock over your tea.
Yeah. That would be a bad thing. Let's just pick up the bag. How about that?
That would probably be best.
Okay. I know it's in here. I put it in here. Here it is. This is a lily brush, and it's like for pills and things like that. So maybe win that. That's
Getting
awesome.
pills off of sweaters,
Yes, not medicine pills.
medicine pills.
Okay, so that's that. And then we have Amy, who is Miss World, has donated a copy of her Autism Awareness Bear and Weighted Lap pattern. So that's awesome. Okay, and she said if you already have it, you can choose something else from her shop. Okay. Mama C, Christina, she donated a skein of opal worsted weight yarn. That's this.
Very cool.
And a bag right here. So that's awesome. Again, that's 2 winners.
I wonder what their worsted weight is like, because their fingering is quite light and a little rough. But
yeah, I'll show you when we get off.
yeah.
It's not overly heavy for worsted, but it seems to be less scratchy than the fingering. Okay, the other thing is a blue skein of yarn from Christina. That is,
But I know there's plenty of people who absolutely love opal.
I don't care for opal.
But I know there's tons of people who love it. Kay swears by it.
Okay, I'm missing something here. I can't find that one skein of yarn that I'm looking for. It's a blue skein of yarn that she donated. That I guess it's this one. Yes, it is this one. Isn't that pretty?
It is very pretty.
So she donated this for the last along, but the person couldn't take it. So
That's something you would dye.
It is, yeah, kind of, or me or Heidi. That,
Yes,
that's
yes.
actually more what Heidi would do.
No, you're right.
So that's nice. Very, very nice and very, very generous. So there are a lot of prizes on offer for the autism awareness. So keep up the good work. It's very inspiring and enabling to see all the different projects that you all are doing. I put the autism awareness prizes in my M&M bag so that it has bright colors, so it reminds me that is the autism awareness. Okay, moving on to the Tea and Tails Cal. That is the I forgot to mention something from Mom Cook. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway because
Mom Cook doesn't matter?
no. What she was saying about her donations, it was up to a certain time and it's finished.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, Tea and Tails year-long Cal is still going strong, and we're enjoying that a lot. I like seeing all the different ways that they make the project work with the tea and or the tails. And this is our first year long, so it's kind of fun
Yes.
to do.
Oh.
Okay, again, this runs for the year. The projects, all of our alongs right now are knit, loom knit, or crocheted.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a Cal Lal.
Yeah. Cal.
All right. Previous whips are allowed. All of our Cal Lals are like that, except for the Ready, Set, Go. And just as long as it reflects the theme of tea and or tails. Okay, either or both. Either or both. Chatter and pictures in the same thread. And, you know, the tales, we're looking at books and novelizations and chapter stories, things like Poirot or Sherlock Holmes, where you have kind of, they are like a case book or something like that.
Right.
You know, they have a beginning, middle, and an end. So if you have a question about whether or not it fits, just let us know.
Yeah, here's a query with something like Encyclopedia Brown, which they're episodic, but you choose the end. You figure out the ending.
Encyclopedia Brown, you don't do the endings. They have their own endings.
I guess they do. I'm thinking of the...
You're doing the choose your own adventure. It's still a story, and it still has a beginning, middle, and end.
You just figure out
whatever you want. So that will work, yes.
Not that I can really think of anything that you would do for Encyclopedia Brown, but, you know.
No, and you were just asking a question. And we're talking, children's books are fine. If you can do something for, you know, Curious George or Hop on Pop or something like that, you know, if you read to your
Dr.
kids.
Seuss with the bright colors.
Dr. Seuss would be fantastic. Heck, Dr. Seuss, you can put in Tea and Tales and autism awareness.
Yes.
Okay? Heck, you can put it over in the movie night, too, because...
yeah, depending on which one you do.
Yeah, but something on, you know, Cat in the Hat and things like that. Okay, but I digress. All right, 1 whip per project per week, the FL whenever it's finished.
You see, back an eon ago when I babysat, the one I remember reading was actually Green Eggs and Ham.
Oh, I used to love Green Eggs and Ham.
There's no movie for that one, but...
No. That's Sam I Am. That's Sam I Am. I do not like that Sam I Am. I love that one. That was one of my favorites.
Because the kid I was reading it to is a little autistic boy, and he couldn't read, but he would kind of mouth with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he had heard it so many times.
And that's not a little boy anymore.
No, he's not.
Boy, he's taller than we are. Okay.
I'm in denial.
Yes. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Prizes. I'll show you the prizes in a little bit. Franciscan Gypsies designs that can be related to tea and tails, and that's not really hard. If you just look at the patterns, you'll see. They can be related to tea and or tails. Lady Vertical creations in colorways that are related to tea and or tails, or worked in a project related to tea and tails. If you do the finished objects, they are eligible for 2 chances at a prize, and if the 2 are together, 3 chances at a prize. This is old school for you guys, old hat. Okay, the PHN Tea and Tails 2018 is the hashtag for the tag for Ravelry, and hashtag PHN Tea and Tails 2018 is on Instagram if you want to do that. We also have features patterns besides Taya's. Joanna Johnson's Tea and Tails related patterns. She has a lot that are tails related. Really fantastic stuff. And then all those Diana's hat that Taya's doing, they're Joanna Johnson. Okay, the anything by Mom Cook that is tea and tails related. She has several tea related loom knit patterns, so you might want to check that out if you're doing loom knitting. She has some wonderful patterns for that, and they will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize for an FO. Crocheting Hoovian's Hufflepuff. I need to make a Hufflepuff now because apparently I'm a Hufflepuff. That's also 2 chances at a prize, and if it's in my yarn, 3 chances. Okay, so that's your incentive to use our shameless plug for our yarn, our patterns.
Yes.
Okay.
And quick note back to Joanna Johnson's pattern, the Diana's hat. It was just pointed out to me the other day by Laura that it actually calls for sport weight yarn. I've been doing it fingering weight all this time.
I saw that. I might have to use my yarn that I haven't used yet for that because it's between your 2, my long sport.
Yeah. So it works for either. It probably would just be a lot more of it would just be a heavier, more slouchy hat, probably. I usually add rows to make it slouchier, but it's perfectly nice as a fingering weight hat.
So it's a versatile pattern.
Yeah, just as an FYI, I have not been making it with the recommended yarn all these years.
And Laura was crocheting Hoovian.
Yes.
Okay. our prizes for this. Okay, this time around, when we pull prizes in July, the 1st of July, we will be doing it from the last post of the last quarter until the last post of June. Okay, and the winners, there will be 2. One of them will get a Plum Deluxe tea prize. So we'll need to know from them, do you need decaffeinated tea, or what your preferences and what your needs are. The other one is a skein of self-striping yarn. It's a fingering skein called Ravenclaw, and this is from Margaret, who is Fiber Hermit. Just trying to find it here. It's really pretty. No, that's not it. That's really pretty too, but that's not it.
Ravenclaw is a different house.
Yeah. This is for the toy along.
I'm pretty sure it's a different house.
Where'd it go? I had it just a minute ago. Here it is. It was hiding. This is Ravenclaw. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. That's right up my alley. Yes, Margaret, I'm being very good, and I'm going to give it to the winner.
What's the
I'm going to hug it and squeeze it and pet it. And
what's the yarn? What kind of yarn?
it's fingering weight.
No,
75% superwash merino, 25% nylon,
that's what I thought.
self-striping. It's very thin. It almost looks like a heavy lace.
And I love. It's a very geeky because it's Shire Folks yarn.
Yep.
So there you have Lord of the Rings, and
Yep.
then it's Ravenclaw, which is
Yep.
Harry Potter.
Lord of the Rings meet Harry Potter.
Yes.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, Margaret. So this is going to be in the June drawing along with the Plum Deluxe. Then, and when we do the one in September, the prizes are, this is my Mystic DK. This was donated by, let's see, this one was donated by Stephanie, who is Cookie45. And this is my Mystic colorway. And it's 246 yards of 100 grams superwash merino wool, and it is, like I said, DK weight. So that's that. That's for the 3rd quarter, along with a mug that Stephanie also donated. She was very generous.
Everyone should have gotten their prizes for the last quarter.
And for
A
those,
bit late, but they finally should have gotten them.
for those who have told me they received them, I'm sorry I might not have been able to get to all of you yet, but I did receive your messages. Thank you for letting me know. Okay.
When I work weird schedules, I don't always get to send them off when I want to.
Right. And then
They will get to you eventually, just not as timely as maybe I'm used to.
The 4th quarter, which ends in December, is another Plum Deluxe tea prize, and Mom Cook donated a loom knit pattern, okay, for the Teeing Tales, okay, so that's great too. If you don't loom knit, you can learn to loom knit. That'd be awesome. It's not hard. Okay, I'm still learning, but it's not hard. And then the big prize is this. Okay, it's several mini skeins, a project bag, a set of cards, and some stitch markers. Okay?
So very nice.
So this is a very nice package, and this is from post number 1 or 2 or whatever it is that the first person who posted, that wasn't me or Talia, to the very last. So we're not just, it's not just the 4th quarter. This is for everybody, this whole package.
Yeah.
Okay? So, that's the prizes. Oh wow, we're only 32 minutes in. Okay. You said you have 10?
No, 9.
9. Okay.
Sorry, we'll go first in a second. I just have a scratch in my throat.
Okay.
I have. Let me bring up my show notes.
Oh. Well,
Okay.
that's okay.
I'll pick up the show notes now.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just bring them up. Alrighty, so the first one that I worked on, I think it's in this bag. Yes, is the Just a little chilly mitered square Afghan. It's using Scrap Sport DK and worsted weight yarns. And it's inspired by Bryony Bear's, Baker Bear's fame, KF Jones, and worked off of her method of doing mitered squares in her Patreon tutorial videos. So this was before she had ever released the Stitch in Time blanket. And this is the second such blanket that I did for her. My first one, that is still in progress, is a much bigger blanket meant for a queen size bed.
Well, actually, your first one ended up being a little lap gown.
That was not mitered square.
It wasn't mitered square?
No, that's a log cabin.
It was?
Yeah.
You mean like this one out here?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've never finished the mitered square.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't start with anything small.
Right.
The one I decided to start was huge, and I've been working on it for years. I wish I'd done these squares a little smaller.
Yeah, I thought I would like the bigger squares, but I've yet to finish a bigger square. I have finished smaller ones, but...
Yeah. But now that this far along, I had to stick with the square size. So this is the perfect snuggle size.
I still think you can do, 4 squares and make little 4 square ones.
I don't want to change it in the middle. That look ridiculous.
I still look cute.
But yeah, I have done this square here, finished this one, and I started this one.
Very nice.
So,
What yarn is that?
oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I can't
It's
remember.
very bright.
Yeah, it is.
Did you make a cozy out of this?
No, I didn't.
Oh, this is worse.
I feel like I made Davina a hat or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
You have to go again.
so let me just put this on my lap because I am a little chilly. Okay. Next is, well, this one's gonna be quick. Where is it?
Was it a work in progress? I mean,
A secret.
a secret project?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm going to be happy about that.
So let's see, this is 9, 8. I only do one more with 2 after this.
Wait a minute, what?
I only do one more with 2. Actually, I think I only have to double once.
What?
I was thinking about how many times I'd have to double.
Okay.
Because you have 6 projects, I have 9.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about pieces, like you have to double.
No.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah.
So, I think this is, I only have to double the first time. So,
The Creepy Llamas bag.
yeah, and the Creepy Llamas bag is a secret project that I can't show you.
Okay.
Because it's a design in progress.
All right, my first one.
My goal is to actually finish the design this year.
That'd be nice. You do 1 or 2, that's fine.
We'll see if I get to 2. I hope to at least get the 1.
Yeah, you will. Okay, in my Silvershed USA Fun in the Woman Cave 2017 bag is my second I'll Be There For You shawl. And I will be putting up a call for test knitters. I thank the people who have already offered. And those of you who said you apologized and said that you couldn't, I understand, that's no problem. And your name may still show up there because I'm going to have a list so that I know who I want to tag. And if you ever can do it, you'll be on the list. If your name's not on the list, or if you want to make sure your name's on the list, let me know. Okay, I hope to put it up soon. I'm not quite ready to send the pattern out yet. I have to get pictures taken, and my computer's not working for pictures as well as I'd like right now in terms of putting it on the pattern so I can see it. So you may get a pattern that's not as polished to begin with as I would like, and I will give you the polished pattern for test knitting. But this is how far I've gotten on this one, and this is a DK as well, and this one I'm using size 8s. Okay, and the fabric is not that Ty felt both fabrics because she wanted to know how they were different, and she said that she really didn't feel a whole lot of difference. I think this one's a little airier because it's alpaca.
Yeah, because of the fabric. Because of the
it's got I guess,
composition of the
yeah.
yarn.
I think what is it, loft? Is that or airiness or something? The
Yes,
ply or something's not tight. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a spinner. Laura Smoot would be able to tell me. I don't know, but this is working up nicely. I'm enjoying it still, And
I think when you have a shorter staple, it's
I don't know anything
got
about
better
staples.
more of a halo or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know anything about spinning. It confuses me and it makes my head hurt. So I'll leave that to the spinners. Stitch markers by Cappy. The yarn is from Laura Concert. It was a gift. So, and the pattern's my own. So this is the I'll Be There For You, and it's called the Blue Sky Shawl. And I've got a ways to go, as you can see.
Did you weigh to begin with?
I did.
Okay.
I think I did. I think I still have the tag. Let's see here. You can go ahead while I'm looking for the tag.
Oh, okay. In my Silvershed USA autumnal leaves bag are the Diana's blocks. It's a Stitch in Time pattern by KF Jones, and I'm using scrap fingering weight yarns. So, first square has been done.
Very pretty.
So that's number 1. Thank you. And then number 2 is with sparkly yarns. So
Yeah, according to this, it's 600 yards, 250 grams, 8 ounces.
So there we go.
So that's very pretty tie. Oh, you didn't realize you'd already got to the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Was that last night?
Oh no, I haven't worked on it in a little while. I've been wanting to work on my bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
So so yeah, that got some progress on that.
I forgot to say what my mug was. A tortoise versus hare mug. That's the wrong side. There we go. Tortoise versus hare mug.
I can definitely see the why Kay likes doing them in blocks like this, while I still like the other style.
Right.
I could see they're both good in different ways.
Well, this you kind of get a finished object,
Mhm.
you know? If you did something like this in cotton, you could use it for, what do you call it, like a pot holder type of trivet or whatever it's called, where you just lay it down like this and you put something,
Yeah.
a hot pad.
So
You wouldn't want to do it with acrylic or anything because you would melt it, but
yeah.
that's awfully pretty.
So thank you much.
Is that your second one or your first?
Yeah, that's my first. I haven't finished my second one. The finger ones I don't knit through them quite as fast. Also, I'm not as quite much as rushed. Because I don't have quite as many scraps for fingering weight.
So you have your second project?
No, I don't do a second project this time. I did a second project the first time.
But you have 9 to my 6?
If I have to do a second project again, I'll do it at the end because
Okay.
I'm not sure if I have
Okay.
enough of that.
All right. In my, make sure this is the right bag here. Kikiboo Holiday Owls bag is my In the Rainforest baby hat. It's a illuminated baby hat, very basic. I really haven't done a whole lot on this. I'll probably do some of this when I go to the hair appointment next week, or at the end of the week. But there's a little bit of it. So, and this is the yarn. It's Hobby Lobby. I love this chunky. Somebody wrote on Facebook that they had got like a whole cart of yarn from Hobby Lobby for $104. They were having a sale. They were like, go over now and get, I mean, she had Stylecraft, I think it was, or no, what was it? Some Secret Craft, something like that. It's a Hobby Lobby brand. And Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn and all this kind of stuff. And she had a whole shopping cart filled with yarn for $104. So it must have been a very good sale. She must have had like 40, 50 skeins of yarn in there. So that's this.
I haven't used Hobby Lobby in forever because I don't particularly like them for toys.
No, I don't.
And I'm kind of moving away from acrylic just for personal. I don't like the way it feels as much.
I like certain ones, and I will keep it in mind because, heck, when we retire, I don't know how much of this special
Right.
yarn I'm going to... Although dyeing my own yarn gives me a little more
Well,
leeway.
I can get cheap knit picks that's pure wool.
Right. Well, I don't like pure wool. I like superwash.
Well, or superwash or whatever is my point. Is I can then you know, have it mixed with other things a little bit better.
I do like to do acrylic for charity things because I don't know if they know how to or have the ability to care for it.
Oh, I don't have a bad opinion of acrylic. I just don't care for using it myself.
Well, I don't either, but I'd like to use
Yeah.
it for charity. You know, I'm not a yarn snob, so as long as I don't like Red Heart anymore. The Red Heart Love, I guess, is okay. Red Heart Soft and stuff like that, but I really prefer to use the Superwash if I can, or I'll use the Knit Pick acrylic or the Hobby Lobby usually.
My turn. I think I only worked a little bit on this. It is my it's 42. It's in my Fun in the Woman Cave bag by Silver Shed USA. I'm so sorry. And it's the Hitchhiker pattern by Martina Baim, and I only think I did a little bit on it.
She has a new pattern out.
Oh, I never finished this row. There's she.
Yeah, it's being featured by Miss Babs Yarn.
Huh. So, well, I didn't realize I stopped in the middle of the road. Normally I don't do that. Usually I like to finish my row. I must have had to go to work or something. But, yeah, I chose this particular yarn mostly because it had the yardage I needed without having to add another skein of yarn.
Well, that's Marigold Jen.
Yeah, it's her
Sidewalk
long...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's a sidewalk top.
Yeah, her long skein. She doesn't even, it's a fingering sock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had some of that. Not that colorway, but I had something else.
But it's not like a super light fingering or anything. I think it's just actually weighs more. Where some long skeins are lighter.
Right.
And that's how they make up the difference.
I think that's what my long sport is. It's a little bit lighter. It's almost a heavy fingering sock.
Yeah. So, but this one I think it's just a heavier skein. So, that's that.
I guess the way you tell is you look at the grams. If it says 100 grams and there's more yard, it's just going to be a lighter yarn, a thinner yarn. And if it's 115 grams and it's the same skein, you know, it's a better, a bigger yardage, then you know it'll be about the same.
Yeah. So that's it for that. You know, there's not much to show since I haven't finished the row.
All right, this one you haven't seen for a while from me. This is the it's in my Knitting's My Bag Autism Awareness bag, and it's my Sea Spray shawl from the Tidal Wave shawl pattern by Tamara Kelly. I'm not sure if it's Tamara or Tamara. So this is my crochet shawl. I love this color so much. I need to finish this shawl so I can have it for the fall. It matches what I'm wearing.
It does.
My skirt and everything. So I really like this. It's, you know, a very easy crochet. And I did about, I think I did two rows of yarn on this. I like the fact that, you know, depending on how far I go, it's not going to be really huge. You know, so I don't have to, I can do a couple rows, even though it's a bigger stitch that requires more hand movement than if it was a, you know, big shawl.
Right.
Although I'm not afraid to stop a crochet shawl in the middle. And this is Gourmet Stash yarn, and I don't know if she's ever come back or not, but even if she had, this was like a one-off for her. So
Yeah.
I got the only 2 skeins of this color.
It was meant to be something else and turned out differently than she expected.
Yeah. So I'm going to use as much of it as I can, and then whatever I have left, I'm going to use for something else.
Right.
And if I have just a little bit less, I'll let you have the for your blanket,
Thank you.
because it's a fingering weight.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and clamp off this now that I mark off my row. Yeah, the only thing I could think of is I must have had to go to work.
Right. And I've decided pretty much not to use the electric turquoise colorway that I have that you let me borrow. It's in my in my bag there. I just want the whole effect of that really pretty blue shawl. So
Okay.
might make a Diana's hat to go with it or something if I have enough.
Right. So next is in my Silver Shed USA Knitting Caps on a Pale Field bag. It's 8, which is the Decennium pattern by Vintage Pearls, and it's called 8 because it's 8 project page. And I'm using Miss Babs Tarte Babette in the colorway Electric Turquoise, Springtree Road in the colorway Jenny Linsky, and Zen Yarn Garden Serenity Silk in the colorway Blood Orange. I actually don't think I worked overly much on this
I hope you didn't buy that turquoise because I had some.
No, I had this.
Okay.
I had a bunch of it because I had picked it up initially for a shawl that was brioche.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah.
So I had a ton of it.
Right. Well, you'll be getting this back if I don't need it.
Yeah.
So. It's nice having a couple of yarn shops in the house.
Yeah. Doesn't look like I did much progress.
We might not have.
Maybe I didn't actually work on this. I thought no, I did. I remember working. I did. I just don't think I did very much on it. I know I worked on it on the doctor's office.
I wanted to do some color work, but I haven't had the chance. Anytime I got to sit down to knit, I was with people, and if they talk to me, I get confused.
Yeah, I think I just did maybe a couple rows.
That's so pretty.
So, thank you. It's not going to look that much different from last week.
To me, it's a very masculine hat, although I can see that the light blue would make it a little more unisex. Because it's a very bold hat.
You see, I don't see it particularly masculine. I just see it as a hat.
It's just the colors put together the way they are that remind me more of a male, but the light blue does, because it's such a...
I'm not sure I could see a guy wearing that.
Oh, I could. Especially a blonde.
But...
I have ideas, opinions.
Yes, but I tend to like bolder colors anyway.
I do too, but the way I put them together are different.
Well, I like to go for the most dramatic combination.
The most look at me.
No, I just wanted, if I'm going to do color work, I want it to be
The most
seen.
look at me. All right.
Well, yeah, it's color work.
In my Plover Bird
What's the point of it if
pink and
if
purple
it's not
teacups bag
obvious?
is my Sherwood shawl from the TGV high-speed knitting pattern by Susan Ashcroft. I really, really love Susan Ashcroft. In fact, she has a mosaic shawl out too now. I just love her. She's fantastic. I have to go back and see if I picked it up or not. I think I did. But this is her TGV, and it's a shallow, longer shawl. I'm using US 10 1/2s for this. And the yarn was gifted to me by Laura Smoot for Spinning Laura, and I just love the way this looks. And I'm a little bit further than I wanted to get based on my weighing, but I don't think it's gonna make too much of a difference. Now I'm starting to do the ribbing stuff on here, so yeah, the ribbing section. So, because I said, oh wow, it really did get a little bit smaller. I maybe need to think about doing the second half of the shawl. I like this shawl. It's fun, and it's fairly, I don't want to say mindless, but I can just kind of relax.
Right.
And I think it'll be a little softer when it's not rough by any means, but I think it'll be a little softer when I wash it.
No, it's not rough.
And block it. It's not spec. I can definitely wear this against my skin. It's not a problem. And it's just a beautiful color. I mean, isn't that pretty? So pretty. In the cake, you can see it a lot better.
Because you can wear it with green or blue.
Green or blue or purple or black, or, it's got a lot of possibilities. Okay, so that's this.
Well, the next project is actually the one I'm working on. In my Plover Bird Little TARDIS's bag is Plum Deluxe. It's the Stethoscope Cozy pattern by Kim Sheeler with modifications because I didn't want to have to take the stethoscope head off every single time. So I went with the modifications that someone else had for their fingering weights one. And this will be the second one I made with the third one I've made with the modifications, because I made one for me, one for a traveling nurse who was with us for a year and then's gone on to a different location, and then this is another one for me.
So you did the modifications for hers?
Yes, I did, because I didn't want her to have to take off her stethoscope head every time.
Right.
So, and this is Mom's Plum Deluxe 2016 revamped. So it's more purple than the original Plum Deluxe one, which had more obvious orange. And there is orange in here. It's just, it's kind of pooling on one side. So, yep, that's that.
It reminds me of a tiger's tail. Well, not tiger's tail, a ring-tailed, like a ring-tailed lemur with the rings.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe starting the Christmas one next, or I'll have to think about it.
Think about it tomorrow. Okay, let me see here. My next one, make sure I haven't skipped one. Okay. Is my Elora Danon project. It's the In3's pattern, a baby cardigan pattern by Kelly Herdricht, and it's in my Knitting's My Bag French Ladies bag right here. And I did some work on this. I did the second buttonhole, and the reason I've stopped is because I've got a little confused on what it says for me to do, so I have to ask Ty if I'm reading it right, because sometimes my brain doesn't do patterns really well. So I've got the first buttonhole's right here, and the second one is right down here. And I'm making progress. The only reason I've stopped is because I'm not sure what they want. So I'm going to ask Ty, and when she explains it to me, I will continue.
It's I really like that yarn on there.
I've had a couple people remark that they like the yarn, and I'm glad. This is Hobby Lobby. It's Hobby Lobby acrylic, and the person will be able to just throw it in the washer, and that makes me really happy because
that's really important for baby items.
It is for baby items. That's the one thing that I kind of like to use acrylic. I do like to use for hats sometimes. I think the superwash might be a little softer, although some of the baby yarns are very soft. I was at Michael's the other day. I don't know if I said this last week. We have a new Michael's down the street, and they had this great big huge 1200 skein of DK weight. I went back to see if I could use any of it, and the colors were obviously baby colors, and if I was a blonde or something, maybe I could wear it, but it was too light for me. But they also had some
Davina probably could have pulled it off then.
yeah. They also had, it was even light for her, I think.
Was it? Okay.
It was very pale.
She wears some pretty pale colors.
They had a different brand. It wasn't the Caron or whatever it was. It was something else. Not Pound of Love or anything like that. It was something else, and they had like 900 and some odd yarns. I was thinking maybe of doing one of my designs that I have in my head with 2 of those. So, but that's neither here nor there. This is my baby sweater. I like making baby sweaters with no sleeves.
So, in my Silver Shed USA books bag is the Maryland Sheep and Wool 2018 Sheep Kit. And I'm just using the yarn that came with the kit, so I have no idea what this yarn is.
You think you have enough?
Oh, yeah.
It's always my fear that, that I'm going to run out. That's why I don't get crochet kits, because it might be enough for an average gauge, but I don't get average gauge.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm done with the green and the black, and I have some left.
I didn't realize how pale the blue was.
I didn't either.
I would have loved to have a bright blue for that. Make it pop.
Yeah, because the white kind of blends in with the blue a little bit.
I mean, it's still very pretty.
It's still very pretty, and I think you'll be able to see it in the finished. But
nice.
There's my sheep. Because I didn't have the blue last time. Actually, I think I had just started the sheep last time. So this is actually, though, I must have known what the blue was because I took the one from one of the samples.
Right. It just probably is more dramatic as you finish it.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. And this may not actually be for me. This is just something I wanted to knit. It might go in a gift box somewhere. But colorwork is one of those things that I don't necessarily need to keep unless it's my particular colors. These aren't necessarily my colors. It's just I wanted to knit it, and it was there. And when I was at the festival, I was in a colorwork mood. So
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, my next one is a new one. In my, I don't know if she still calls her shop, Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn. This is Kim. She hasn't podcasted in a while. I need to talk to her and see if she's going to be podcasting again. She's very talented. She made the bag, and the hat is called, it's the purple neon bobble hat from the Bobble Slouch Beret pattern by Kate Alvis. And I'm using an L hook. It's supposed to be a J, no, yes, a K hook? I forget. It's supposed to be a different hook. Anyway, I didn't have it. So when I did it originally, I did a J and it didn't work properly. I picked up a K hook in case this looks like it might be too big. I mean, even for me. I mean, not by even by maybe.
She's counting her hair.
I'm talking about for somebody else who wants this. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might continue on with
Well,
it.
let's see if it pulls in a little bit.
It might pull in. I was thinking I could do some ribbing, you know, and then if it doesn't work, because I have a big a crochet gauge, but that's why I thought going down a hook size wouldn't bother me. But I actually had to do extra repeats and add some ribbing for one and just extra repeats for the other one for it to fit to it properly. So I'm gonna have to see how this works. I might have to add some ribbing, which is easy enough, but I'm trying to find, maybe I have the same gauge as this girl. I don't know. She didn't. I don't think she gave a gauge for it, but so that's this. I'm actually using an L hook for this. Okay, so do you have anything else?
In my Silver Shred USA Millennium Falcon bag is the RAR hat, which is Diana's hat pattern.
Brittany said she didn't think that was bright enough for the
You know, you're right. I might lose her with this hat on.
Just might.
She'll just blend into everything.
Feel the flowers?
What?
Feel the flowers?
Feel the flowers.
You lose her in a field of flowers?
Oh, okay. I heard feel the flowers. I'm like, what?
What?
That's what I was saying.
Why would I say feel the
I
flowers?
have no idea. That's why I questioned you. So, very bright. Actually, when I finish this hat, this will be my next Stethoscope Cozy.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That one I'm really looking forward to. I have a feeling it'll probably be one of my favorites. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm quite sure I'll have enough after finishing this hat, because this hat doesn't use up that much yarn, and the Stethoscope Cozy doesn't use up that much yarn.
Cool.
So, I am really looking forward to having this one as a Stethoscope Cozy.
Awesome.
So I need to actually hurry up and finish this Plum Deluxe one. Although not too fast, because I need to finish the hat, too.
Yeah, just go as you're going. You'll get to it.
Yeah.
No reason to stress about it.
I think after this, I might actually see if I have any more Squash Blossom in my stash, because I might want to make a sport weight yellow Squash Blossom hat for me. It'll be a little plain, but I don't watch Glee, but I like some of the music videos from it because I like the combination of the voices. And during one of the videos, one of the characters is wearing a black shirt and a just plain yellow slouchy hat. I don't think I like her character based on the little bit of things I've seen on the videos, but I really like her sense of style. And it was a really classy look, and I liked the hat. I'm like, I bet if I make a Diana's hat with a Squash Blossom colorway, it'll look similar.
I don't know why they call it Squash Blossom. I guess the blossoms are... when I lived in New Mexico, Squash Blossoms were... Anybody who lives in that area knows the big, heavy jewelry with the turquoise and the silver. So I think of silver and blue when I think of Squash Blossom. It must be the flowers from the plant.
So if I don't have enough Squash Blossom, I need to pick up some more. Because that's one of... That colorway, I kind of feel like I could never have enough of.
You use a lot of it.
I use it a lot. Yeah. I've used it in color work. It's one of the colors in Miss Babs. Actually, it's the color I use the most. So even if I do have some, I don't mind picking up more.
Right.
And I might have to check after this to see if they have any in the shop, because if they do, I should pick some up.
Well, you have to go again.
Oh, yes. Are you done?
Yeah, I told you you had to go twice at one time.
Well, I told you if I had to, I could go twice at the end. Besides, this one's worth having. So, in my...
I haven't seen the yarn yet.
Clover Bird Batman bag, and this is a special fabric that she sought out for me. Very cool. My stained glass Batman. The project is Tea Break, and it's test knit for Mom's Pattern. Did you want the name?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there for you. This is supposed to be my theater knitting. We're supposed to see Solo today, and I wanted to have this started so I can knit on this in the theater.
Oh, it looks like Earl Grey tea.
Well, it is called Coffee Break.
Oh, okay.
It's Miss Babs Killington, but I'm calling it Tea Break.
Fits the tea and tails.
Exactly.
You made a lot of progress.
And I'm using US 10s. It's a 600, 700, I think it's 700 yard.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna want to use all that. You might want to do the percentage for where you hit about 590 and then go from there.
Well, I have how much I can go up to in my notes.
Okay.
But if I decide I want to stop earlier,
Right.
I can.
Yeah.
Um,
Because what's going to happen if you go too much further is it's going to be unproportional, disproportionate. That's really pretty. The colors.
so I wanted something, because I had several of this, several colors in this base.
Has that got silk in it?
Yes, this is a little bit of silk. Like 15% or something, Tussa silk. The other one had some purple in it. It was South Beach. And I thought of using that one, but I was like, well, that one almost feels turtley.
Oh, right. For maybe for a Terra or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided to save that one. And also, it wasn't as much a color. It was like light greens and blues and a bright purple. They're not colors I tend to wear. Whereas I would wear this. So
Very nice.
that's really
I'm excited
determined.
to see that. Yes.
So this will probably grow tonight while we're watching Solo.
It goes pretty fast, especially when you're using a little heavier yarn and the bigger needles.
And my cable length is, I think, a 50. Yeah, 50.
Yeah, you don't want to have a cable any smaller than a 47. I was on a 47 and it really bunched up.
I happened... This was actually... I don't remember what I was working on this because it was already on the 50. I can't remember what I was working on 10s. I don't know.
You had that yarn already up on it, or?
No, I had...
Are those your
the
interchangeables?
needle... Yeah. I had these needles already on the cable. And I guess it could have been from one of my sweaters way back when. But I can't remember what I last worked on 10s. Oh! It might have been for this shawl.
It might have been.
This might have been on 10s. So that might be it.
Cool.
Yay.
So, I have a test knit project.
There we go.
Okay. That's awesome. All right, do you have any FOs?
No.
Okay, neither do I.
Do you have any stash enhancement?
Yes.
I have one.
I have, let me think. I just have one, and it's a big one. So I was going to wait at the end.
So, I saw an interview that someone had posted on Facebook. Apparently the girl who plays Jessica Jones, is a knitter, and she's written a couple of patterns. Doesn't look like it's anything too complex, but I wanted this Vogue knitting with her on it with the interview. And then if there's any patterns in it that I liked, okay, cool. So,
And she's got 2 patterns up on Ravelry.
yes, one's a cowl
And the other's a sweater.
and the other's a sweater.
It's a sweater, in fact.
Yeah.
It's a good color for her.
Yes, it is. Well, with her dark hair, the red lipstick and the red sweater, or the red shoes actually make her almost look 20s-ish. You know, not like age, but
No,
you
no,
know,
the
like
20s, yeah.
the 20s. And there's a fun picture online of her in Jessica Jones outfit knitting with the guy who plays Daredevil, Charlie Cox, in Daredevil outfit without the mask. I don't think you'll be able to see through the mask. he looks like he's focusing a lot more than she is.
Yeah. Well, he's learning.
Yeah. Well, his yarn, if you look off the side, looks like it's in a like a box.
Oh, box.
And hers is in this nice little white bag that she probably knit herself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Was it a knit bag or?
It looked like it was a knit bag. It looked like it was a nice bag. But yeah, it was an enjoyable interview. Apparently, she got several of her co-stars to knit, but he was the most notable one.
And I'm going to leave my stash enhancement for the very end of the podcast because it's so big.
Oh
that
yes.
I want to be able to move things out of the way. I don't want to get dirty, and it's an amazing stash enhancement. So
That's kind of cool.
I don't want to show it just yet.
And there are several patterns that are cool in here.
My goodness, I couldn't wear that. That would just suffocate me.
Yeah, it's too bulky.
It's too
for me.
bulky. Yeah.
And I actually like her bulky sweater better than this one because I don't like the neck on this one. I don't like anything too close around my neck.
Yeah, I don't either.
Whereas this one doesn't look like it's too close around the neck. It looks like it's
Kind
just...
of crew neck.
Yeah, and hers is she knits it flat.
Yeah.
It's just a big garter stitch sweater.
Yeah.
I
want to try that actually.
Yeah, when I saw there was a garter stitch knit flat sweater, I was like, oh yeah, this is... And it was bulky yarn. I was like, this is right up Mom's alley. So... I really got it for the interview. But there are a couple patterns in here.
Yeah, we don't usually find things in Vogue knitting or anything like that. So
she was excited because she was on Vogue knitting, not just Vogue.
Yeah. We don't usually pick up magazines, and I'm kind of surprised that in the last 2 or 3 weeks we picked up a magazine each of patterns. So that's kind of cool. All right. Before we go into I guess we can go to obsessions. I've been writing to the shared story. I've been reading my Star Wars book. I picked up a different religion book that I'm reading. I got a bunch of comics. I guess I did that last week.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really have anything much to say.
I've started reading Eleanor of Castile again, just a little bit of it when I was trying to read myself to sleep. And then I had I'd listened to part of a podcast. I ended up not going with the podcast because I didn't like the setup. But one of the topics they covered was a particular Boston serial killer who was a nurse.
Oh, wow.
Female nurse. Because it was notable because, particularly at that time period, it was at turn of the century. They tended to think that most serial killers were men. And I think still most of them do tend to be men. Or at least the ones who get caught. Because a lot of times the instruments that women use are a little bit more subtle, like the poisons.
Right.
And
Well, they
stuff.
say that women a lot of times go undetected because it's, poison or a...
Right, and this particular one was a poisoner. She used morphine and atropine. But...
Did she do her patients, or
Yes.
was she euthanizing?
She killed up to at least 30 people.
Wow.
No, she just wanted to watch people die. She killed patients and family members.
Wow. Her own family members?
Her own family members and people who were friends, and
Wow.
she was just psychotic.
Deranged.
Well, psychotic even not because she said she knew what she was doing was wrong, and she planned everything to avoid detection. So she wasn't really insane; she was depraved. So.
Well, there was a screw loose somewhere.
Yeah. But it was called Fatal: The Poisonous Life of a Female Serial Killer, and this was in the Boston area. But it was an interesting study, and reminds you, really, as a nurse, how much it can only take a few steps left or whatever
off the track
to make you from helping someone to being a complete psycho, because people completely trust their lives to you. But it was a very interesting. I picked up a couple more books by the same guy. One on H.H. Holmes, and one on a different female one. But yes.
Okay. You have any shop news?
Nope.
Okay, I do. I can't show you one of the skeins that I did because it's already been claimed and I don't have it. But I do have a couple more skeins. This one is Seabreeze. I have 2 of these, and they are 467 yards, 100 grams, 80-20. 80% superwash merino, 20% polyamide. Okay, it's Seabreeze, and matches my skirt.
It does.
Oops.
You just threw that on the
I
floor.
did. So
And
this-
Oops is a bunny.
He is. Now this is what it looks like. You can't really see the color differences aren't coming up as well as I'd like.
You're coming up.
But so I have 2 of these, and this next one was an experiment that I think I like, and it may or may not be claimed. I have to see if the person likes it, and that person knows who they are. So just put this away and I'll show you that one as well. This is River Rocks, and it's kind of browns and blue grays and creams, and this is the same base, the 80-20. I was going to over dye it and I decided I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is River Rock, and you may see this in the shop as well,
All depends if it's...
if it's been claimed already.
Yeah.
And I may make this in a different weight later on if I can. I have the notes, I just have to see if I can remember exactly how I did it.
Did you actually keep the notes in a place where you'll be able to find them?
Yes. So that's this. Hopefully having an update relatively soon. I'm having issues with some like pictures and things, so we'll see what happens. That's what I have for socks. And I intend to do some more dyeing this week if I can. We've been without a car. We've been juggling cars, so
Yeah.
it's been a little difficult for me to settle down to get any dyeing done. But yarn dyeing, as Davina would say. So that's that. Okay. Now my other stash enhancement that I'll show you. Let me get this stuff.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I have to move the stuff out of the way. I don't want to get it. It is not kind of a big deal. It's a big deal.
Yes, it is. Well, I was being, a bit, I was understating.
Yes, you were. Big time. Understating.
So she has to walk out the room to go get it.
If you guys have been visiting the thread or listening to the podcast, you know that my 35th anniversary, mine and my husband's, is coming up in about 2.5 weeks. And that is our Emerald anniversary, 35. And some of the, I don't know exactly who, I think it was Larry and Sue who got the ball rolling.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
But they put together, I think Sue did the stitching of putting it together, this wonderful, amazing blanket. And so many people took part in this. I was absolutely blown away. Mike and I were flabbergasted. And there's a thank you video up in the threads, as well as a note. And I'm afraid I don't want to get this on anything. This is absolutely ginormous. I still have some of the tags on here. But
Hang
look
on,
at-
Mama. It's like stuck on something I don't want to pull anymore.
Where?
It's stuck down here. I can't pull it more my way because
Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's huge. And it was so unexpected. I was absolutely flabbergasted. Mike couldn't believe it. Look at these. I mean,
I hadn't seen some of these.
some of these, I haven't seen all of them either. I mean, look at these. They're just gorgeous. And I can't tell who did all of them. The only one I know for certain without looking at the cheat sheet that Sue provided is this one that George made, 10 Hours Less.
Well, this one's Victoria Blue here because it has a tag on it.
This heart with the M&M. is from George.
And I remember seeing someone say that they did this one.
I remember too, but I can't remember who did
can't
what
remember
because so
who
many
did.
people did it. This one is from Victoria Blue. We can do the ones with tags. This one's Victoria Blue.
Okay, this one here.
Well,
Whoopsie.
let's put it up a little so people can see it. Victoria Blue. And this one is Maureen.
Yes.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Okay, and this one is from Wimley.
Oh, look at that one. I didn't see this one.
Oh, look at the sparklies. I'm not sure who did that one. They're all gorgeous. Where's Rose Bob's?
Rose-
She's the one who did the autism awareness in it.
I remember seeing this one.
Yes, this one's Rose Bob's. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, they're absolutely amazing. Let me see here.
These are all quite lovely.
They are just, look at this one. Isn't that gorgeous?
This one kept catching my eye.
It's absolutely beautiful. There's just so many wonderful. There's one in here, I think it was Seductive Berry who did it. Where is it? There were two owls in here. One was done by Seductive Berry, and I don't know who did the other one. That they did owl squares for me.
Oh, that's really pretty too.
It is gorgeous. They got the blue and the green.
Yeah.
I can't find either of the owls.
It must be toward the...
Because they're two different ones.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Isn't that pretty? All of them are so amazingly pretty. Here's one of the owls, right here. I don't know if this is the one that Maria made, or if it's the one that the other person who made the owl did. And I'm not who it was because they haven't claimed it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's beautiful.
This is pretty too.
I mean, where's the one? Here's the other one right here.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really excited about this. Is absolutely the thoughtfulness and the generosity and the time that people put into this for us. It's like I said on the thank you video and in the notes, I don't have the words. I really don't. Even being a writer notwithstanding, I don't have the words. It's just
Absolutely gorgeous.
absolutely gorgeous, and we really appreciate it. It's already a family heirloom. We're trying to figure out where to put it where it won't be damaged, because I would just be very upset if it was damaged. And Mike the same. It's become a family heirloom, so we are very, very appreciative of it. I'm gonna go put it where it's not gonna get tea on it.
Right, because that would be quite sad indeed. So, very generous of you all.
So Mike and I are very, very grateful, and we thank you with all our hearts for your generosity. Okay, having done that, hope I didn't bore you too much with the blanket.
I don't think anybody...
It was just amazing. And I'm very grateful. Okay, are we podcasting on Monday next week?
We should be.
Okay, so we're going to shoot for Monday. Keep an eye on the announcements thread. That's where I've been posting whether we're going to be late or early. I know there's one time in the next 3 weeks that we're going to have to do a Sunday.
Right,
So,
because I have a Monday.
Because she works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So just
But I can't remember what week that is.
Yeah, I can't remember what week it is.
I feel like
either.
it's closer toward the end of June.
I think so. So just keep an eye on the announcements thread so you know when we're podcasting. If at all possible, we don't like to miss. So just keep an eye. If it's off schedule, we will most likely post there. Okay. I do want to thank everybody who commented in the YouTube's comment thread and in Ravelry. We appreciate that. And I finally got the time to answer everybody. So everybody was answered unless you commented after I responded. And I guess that's it, right?
Right, and I got my squash blossom.
What?
My squash blossom.
What about it?
It's mine now.
You bought another one?
Because I don't think I have very much left. I think I don't have enough for a hat.
Laura, you have nothing on Talia.
Yes, she absolutely does.
She really doesn't.
Yes, she does. It's been a while since I bought yarn.
Laura's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's been a while since I bought yarn.
I love watching Laura get her yarns. It makes me happy to see her get so happy. Okay, anyway, we want to thank you all for joining us here in the Woman Cave, and we hope to see you next week, whether it's Monday or Sunday or Tuesday. We wish you a week full of knitting, crocheting, loom knitting, crafting, whatever it is that you like to do that makes you happy, and we hope to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 310, and that's a wrap.
Bye.